My name is Mr. Beatz, MC, producer / DJ. Well, being that I rhyme, make beats, and DJ, I have different influences, like depending on which one we're talking about. As far as MCs, out here cats like Cool G Rap, Lord Finesse, Pharaoh Monch, Percy P. Big shout to him too. Just people that were just like super creative with their lyricism, you know what I mean? Instead of just like being plain, they wanted to like take it to another level. So that I just fell in love with, as far as MCing. As far as producers, there were cats like Showbiz, DJ Premier, Pete Rock. And again, it's like what they were doing was just like so far away from what everybody else was doing. And I just fell in love with, just the way they were being creative with their production. Just trying to get on every mic around. I used to be on every like open mic, like literally going through flyers, checking the newspaper, whatever was around, I was there, And so you started, creating a buzz for yourself, and then promoters started hollering at you. So as far as the underground, for example, like a lot of really dope cats you listen to could be like right around you. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like I've been going to Fat Beats for years. You know what I mean? Like, I remember hanging out in Fat Beats and like Talib Kweli and like LP are just like hanging out, like just right there. While DJ Eclipse is back there and Cypher Sounds was on the turntables, tearing up the turntables. Way before Hot 97, he used to be like an underground head, you know what I'm saying? So like just being around that, or like I would go to like Wetlands, like going to underground shows, and I would see Mos Def like freestyling while LP is doing the beatbox. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's crazy. Then you see them blow up and it's like, yo, that's this dude from that I always see at this event or at this record store or whatever. It's just like, that made me even more hungrier, you know what I mean? It's like just living in New York. I was always driving my mother crazy for years, like DJing, blasting beats and rhyming in the house. I would have like 8 MCs, like just rhyming and like causing noise and stuff like that. So I guess it was no surprise. She was supportive, Like I was DJing and I was MCing, but I wasn't making beats. So I would try to holler at dudes for like beats and stuff like that. And I would get to run around or like, it was just frustrating because like I felt like my rhyming was at a certain level. All I needed was a producer. So I started looking into what pieces of equipment producers use and started going to Sam Ash, Guitar Center and stuff like that, and just started buying like pieces of equipment for myself. But I didn't want to rhyme to it until I felt like the production like matched my level of rhyming at that point. And then the cats around my way, as far as my name, when they found out that I was making beats, they were like, yo, what's good, Mr. Beatz? So like that like became like such a big pitch. Everybody's like, yo, Mr. Beatz, so I just started running with that. I guess getting an album out there, you know what I mean? Like I started grinding with the shows and all that stuff. And I did the independent thing, did an in-store, Fat Beats and everything, release party and all that stuff. But just building up to that was just like so many hurdles and obstacles, you know what I mean? Being that I'm on the independent tip, it's like I'm free to do whatever I want. You know what I mean? I don't have to like lose creative control or have somebody owning what I do or dictating what I should record or how I should record or when I'm coming out. It's like I do what I want freely, you know what I mean? And I record whatever I want. Like the music I make is for like the real super underground heads, you know what I mean? Like hip hop nerds kind of. And I want dudes to be able to just look back at what I do, whether it's production, rhyming or whatever, and just be like, yo, that cat was dope. Like his production was nasty, his rhyming is nasty, his freestyling is nasty. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not about like trying to be a superstar or whatever. It's just, I love what I do. So if I have like somebody go, hey, that kid is dope, or that kid is funky. Like just little things like that. Like I love that. You know what I mean?